Ooh, here's a problem. We have two figures, two shapes, two diagrams. And it says these figures are similar. So do we have to prove that these things are similar? No, of course not. We're told that they are similar. So we don't have to prove that. We can just assume that. It is given to us. It is given. So we can assume that they're similar because we're told it. We want to find x, this length here, rounded to 2 decimal places. To solve this, we can use the fact that similar shapes have their sides in matching ratios. So this side here, its length is 4, has a matching side over here, and its length is x. In other words, 4 and x are matching sides. They're corresponding sides. We can write that as a ratio, 4 divided by x. Now you might see that I've chosen to put the left shape, the small shape, on the top. It is important to be consistent. You could have picked the other way. You could have done x over 4. That's fine, as long as you're consistent. I chose to put the small shape on the top, so I'll have to do the same on the other side. When we pick another pair of matching sides, we've got 4 and x. Is there another pair of matching sides here? Yes. 3 and 5. So 3 divided by 5. When I say you need to be consistent, what I say is that if I wrote this, oopsie, almost wrote exactly the same thing. That would be silly. There we go. If I wrote this would be wrong. It's not consistent, right? I've got the small shape on the top here, but then I've got the small shape on the bottom on this side. So we just need to be consistent. All right, now we've got an equation and we can solve that. We've seen how to solve these kinds of equations. This is a rational equation, and I've got a fraction on the left and a fraction on the right, so I can cross multiply. This 4 divided by x, the divide by x goes across and turns into a times by x. And this divide by 5 over here will go to the other side, and a divide by 5 will turn into a times by 5. In other words, 4 times 5, from the bottom of this side to the top of that side, and multiply, equals 3 times x, which is just 3x. Now, we can replace this part here, the 4 times 5. I can replace that with the answer, which is 20, and everything else I copy down. To make this a little bit easier to solve, I like to have the letter on the left, the letter terms on the left, so I can just completely swap the left and right hand side. There we go. Now this is closer to one that we've seen ages ago, how to solve. 3 times x equals 20. There's an invisible times sign here. What is the opposite of multiplying by 3? It is dividing by 3. So this multiply by 3 turns into a divide by 3 on the other side. So this is the answer. This is the exact answer. It does say, though, that I need to round my answer, so I can put 20 divided by 3 in the calculator, and I'll get 6.66666666666, 6.6666666, and so on. And if I'm going to round to 2 decimal places, I look at the next digit, which is a 6, I round up, so 6.67. One thing that you shouldn't forget, make sure you always remember, is of course the unit. And the unit from this question is centimeters. The unit is actually quite handy because then you can remember, this is a length. It means something. The answer 6.67 doesn't mean much, but if you put a unit on it, now you can interpret this. That's how long this red line is. And that makes sense, right? It looks a tiny bit longer than the blue line, so it makes sense that it would be about this. That's a nice little way that you can check your answer. In the same way as using ratios to find a side, we can also use ratios. This isn't ratios. This is similar shapes or similar triangles. I guess the general concept is similarity. There we go. we're told that these two triangles are similar. Do we have to prove that these triangles are similar? No, because we're told that they're similar. We are given that information. We do have to find x, which is this angle. We can use this trick that matching angles will be equal. This angle here matches to that one, and they're equal. This angle here matches to that one. So that one has to be 80 degrees. Now we've got a triangle. We know two of the angles. We can figure out the other one. We can make an equation. The angles inside a triangle, the interior angles, will always add up to 180 degrees. So x plus 70 plus 80 equals 180. Now I can simplify this 70 plus 80. 70 plus 80 is 150, and I can copy everything else down. I can copy the x, copy the equals, copy the 180. And now I know what x plus 150 is. I can move this term to the other side. The opposite of adding 150 is subtracting 150. Notice that I've copied down the x, I've copied down the equals, I've copied down the 180, but the plus 150 has turned into a minus 150 on the other side. And now I can write this whole equation again, but replacing 180, take 150 with the answer to that, which is 30. So x is 30 degrees. And that's how you do it. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're stuck. And yeah, good luck with the questions. Bye, everyone.